Hello and welcome to another yoga in the park. Today I thought we would do a practice that focuses on our opening of our chest and our back of our shoulders. I don't know about you, but I often get sore in the back of my shoulders, so it's a good time for me to come in to really just stretch it out a little bit, to feel into there and to help ease any pain or tightness I feel. Yoga is the perfect way for me to do that. So I thought I'd share a practice with you focused on these areas today. So let's begin seated on our mat. Get yourself really comfortable. And you could choose to be cross-legged. You might sit on your knees, on a cushion, on a blanket, whatever feels good for you. Just make it a comfortable space because we're going to be here for a couple of minutes. And then when you're ready, gently closing down your eyes and tuning into the body and the breath. Noticing how it feels to be in your body today. Noticing where you're feeling any tightness or tension. And with your exhales, just allowing that to be a moment of release of any tension that you're feeling. On your next inhale, we're going to bring the shoulders forward and then up towards the ears. And as you exhale, take them back and down. Move your shoulders with your breath here. So inhale forward and up, exhale back and down. Just starting to feel into this upper body shoulder area. And this time as you drop them down the back, just release and let go. And then on your next inhale, reaching the arms overhead. And as you exhale, take the right hand down to the mat, reach the left arm over. Inhale through center, exhale to the other side. We're just going to flow with your breath for a couple of times of this here. Then the next time you go to the right, we're going to hold here. And as you hold, see if you can drop that left shoulder away from the ear a little bit. Inhale brings you through center, and exhale takes the left hand down, right arm over. Drop that right shoulder away from the ear. Inhale brings you up through center, and as you exhale, lower the hands down. This time we're going to extend the left arm out beside you. Fingertips are going to point towards the sky or the ceiling. So you've got a really strong, straight arm here. Then we're going to take that right ear towards the right shoulder. And you might gently take the chin down towards the chest and away from the chest. Just moving it forward and back slightly. And when you find a sweet spot that you can feel that stretch and it's feeling good, hold it there. Now, option to stay here like this, or option to take the right hand and just rest it on that left ear. Release that right shoulder down away from the ear. Releasing the right hand, bringing that head up through center and releasing the left hand. You might take a couple of rolls of the shoulders here in between. And then taking the right hand out beside you, sending those fingertips up towards the sky or the ceiling. straight through that right arm, and then tilting the left ear towards the left shoulder. And again, you might rock that chin forward and back till you find that sweet spot where you're feeling a nice stretch right from the ear down to the fingertips. And then when you've found it, hold it there. Release that left shoulder away from the ear, an option to take that left hand to the right ear. Releasing the hand from the ear, bringing the head up through center, and then releasing that right arm. And again, taking circles with the arms, or the shoulders, sorry. And then coming to a neutral spine, lengthening up tall through the crown of the head towards the sky, and just noticing how it feels through that upper body. And from here, we're going to come over onto our hands and knees to form a tabletop shape. So knees under the hips, hands under the shoulders. I'm just going to move back slightly because I've got a wee dent in my mat there. And then from here, we're going to take a couple of cat cows. So drop the belly, open the chest, looking forward and up. And then exhale round through the spine. Connect that movement and the breath together. And move in your own time. So your timing might not be the same as mine, and that's totally okay. Just going at your own speed that feels good for you. And then when you're ready, coming to that neutral spine again. And we're going to keep our hips where they are. So hips are over the knees. Don't move them. And we're going to walk our hands forward and sink our chest and chin towards the mat. Now, option here to take the forehead to the mat if that feels better for you, or if you have the space, bringing that chin to the mat as you reach the arms forward. And just pausing and breathing here and allowing your body to sink into this posture. On your next inhale, beginning to walk the hands back, coming back through that tabletop position. Grounding down into that left hand. We're going to inhale, reach the right arm up towards the sky, and exhale, sweep the hand under the left hand, bringing the right shoulder and ear towards the mat. Option to stay like this, or option to extend the left hand forward towards the top of your mat. Bringing that left hand back, grounding down into it as you reach that right arm up. Right hand comes to the mat. Ground down into that right hand this time. Inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, sweep that hand under the right, bringing the shoulder and the ear towards the mat. Reaching that right hand forward. Right hand walks back towards you, grounding down into it as you reach that left arm up, and then left hand meets the mat. We're going to walk our hands forward a handprint, tucking the toes and sending the hips up to the sky for your downward facing dog. First downward dog of the day, so walk your hips a little bit. Walk your dog, bend your knees. Getting into it.
And then when you're ready, really bending through the knees so you can find length in that spine. That is where we want to be. We want to have a long spine. So ears between the arms, spine is long, hips up towards the sky. And then if you feel like you have the space to do so, you can begin to straighten through the legs. On your next inhale, bend the knees, look between the hands, and we're going to step forward to find a half lift. So lengthen through the spine here. Exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down into the feet, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands down in front of the heart center. Releasing the hands down beside you. Palms face forward. Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. Grabbing that left wrist with the right hand and sending the hips towards the left side, getting a nice side stretch up the left side of that body. Inhale brings you through center, switching the hands, hips towards the right, right side stretch. Inhale through center and exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, find a half lift, and exhale, plant the hands, and we're going to step the right foot back. Lower that right knee to the mat. And as you inhale, reaching those arms up overhead. Exhale, drop the shoulders down away from the ears. And sweep the hands back behind you. Clasping the hands here. And then sending the hands towards the mat as you open up through the chest. Releasing the hands and taking them to the mat. Tucking the toes of that back foot and stepping the left foot back to meet the right. Coming through a plank position. Lower the knees, and then we're going to lower down halfway in a chaturanga before sliding through, opening the chest in a cobra, and then sinking back to your down dog. Inhale lifts the right leg. Exhale steps it between the hands. Lower that left knee to the mat this time and lifting up on an inhale. Sweeping those hands behind the back, clasping the fingers, and then open through the chest. Breathing here. Release the hands, tucking the toes of the back foot and stepping forward. Find that half lift, long through the spine. Hands can come to the mat, the shins or the thighs, whatever feels good for you, and in a space that you can find length. Exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down into the feet, reaching those arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Release the hands down beside you. Roll those shoulders down the back and away. Palms face forward. This time as you inhale, reach those arms up overhead and exhale, fold forward. Find that length and then step the left foot back. This time keeping that knee lifted off the mat as you reach the arms overhead in a lunge. Sweep those hands down behind you, clasping the fingers, open through the chest. This time release the hands and we're going to take that back foot parallel with the short side of the mat and reach the arms out in a T shape for warrior two. Our front knee is over that front ankle. Our front heel is intersecting the arch of the back foot. Arms out long. Drop the shoulders down away from the ears and then take that gaze out over that front middle finger. From here we're going to come down to the elbow, reaching the elbow onto that right knee and that left arm overhead.
Sweep that left hand to the mat, coming up onto the toes of the back foot and reaching the right arm up. Lower the back knee here. And then from here, we're going to kickstand that back leg and take our front leg and send it out in line with the hip. Option to stay here or option to bend that knee, taking the hand towards the ankle, reaching for the foot, and then sending the foot into the hand to open through that front body. Releasing that foot, bringing the hand down to the mat, tucking the toes of the feet and coming through your plank. Breathing here in your plank. Lower the knees and lower down halfway for your chaturanga. Push through for your cobra. And then sinking back to your down dog. Inhale, lifts that left leg. Exhale, step it between the hands. Lifting up on an inhale. Sweep those hands back behind you, clasping the fingers and opening through the chest. Breathing here. Releasing the hands, lowering that back foot parallel to the short side of the mat. Front knee over the front ankle. Extend the hands in a T shape. Warrior two. Take your gaze out over that front middle finger. Can you release those shoulders down away from the ears a little more? Front elbow to front knee, extending that right arm overhead. Breathing here. Lower the right hand to the mat, coming up onto the toes of that back foot. Reach the left arm overhead in a twist. From here, lower that right knee, kickstand the right leg. Sweep that front foot back in line with the hip. Option to stay here, or option to bend that top foot. Grab the foot with the hand, sending that foot into the hand to open through the front of the body. Release the foot from the hand, bringing that hand down to the mat, tucking the toes, holding in your plank for a moment. Lower the knees, come down halfway in your chaturanga, push through into your cobra, and exhale back to your downward facing dog. Bend the knees, look between the hands and step forward. Find your half lift. Exhale, fold over the legs. Ground down into the feet, reaching those arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to turn to face the long side of your mat this time. Stepping your feet out wide. Wider than hips distance. And then from here, we're going to take our hands behind our back, clasping at the fingertips again, sending the hands down towards the mat, open through the chest. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, fold forward over the legs, sending that clasp of the hands up towards the sky. Breathing here. Now releasing the clasp of the hands, bringing the hands to the mat. Find length and a half lift here. Then exhale, fold forward. Taking the hands to the opposite elbow and just dangling here, and you might sway a little from side to side, finding what feels good for you.
Just allowing your upper body there to let go. Releasing the hands, and inhale, lift up halfway before bringing the hands to the hips and coming up with a long spine. Turning back towards the short side of your mat, and we're going to step our feet as wide as the mat this time. From here, we're going to begin to bend the knees, coming down into a squat position. And again, finding what feels good for you. If you're up here, that's okay. If you want to sink down into Malasana, then that is an option for you here. Breathing in it. Then taking the right hand down to the mat, and we're going to open up through the left arm. Exhale, brings the left hand back down, taking it to the mat, and open up through the right arm this time. Hand comes down to the mat. Bringing the palms together in front of the chest, open up, finding length through the spine, and then sinking the hips back towards the floor. You may use your hands to help. Bringing the soles of the feet to the mat, find length through the spine, reach the arms forward, and then exhale, roll down the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming down to your mat. Walking those feet in a little bit closer so they're just behind your hips. Your fingertips should just be able to sweep the heels of the feet. Grounding down into the feet, and we're going to begin to tilt that pelvis up towards the sky and lift it up in a bridge pose. Exhale, lower down. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the hips and lift the arms, reaching them overhead at the same time. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift and reach. Exhale, lower. Final time, as you inhale, lift and reach those arms overhead. Then keeping the hips lifted, we're going to sweep the hands down behind the back and clasp the hands underneath the hips. And from here, we're going to open through the chest a little more. And you might walk those shoulders in underneath the chest, lifting you up in a bridge pose. Breathing here. Two more rounds of breath. And then releasing down on an exhale. Bringing the knees into the chest. And then from here, we're going to send the feet up towards the sky, taking the hands either behind the knees, to the ankles, or to the outsides of the feet for happy baby. Focus on those shoulders coming down towards the mat and the hips towards the mat. Beautiful. Breathing here. Releasing the feet, bringing the feet towards the mat, and then we're going to extend the legs out long, and we're going to take our hands underneath our hips, and we're going to lift the chest up, taking the elbows in underneath the body by the ribs, open through the chest, breathing here, and then letting the head drop back for fish pose. Two more rounds of breath here.
Then lifting the head back up, releasing the elbows down, allowing the body to sink down to the mat. Bringing those knees into the chest one final time and taking any movements you feel you need here today. Before extending the legs out long, allowing the feet to just drop open, bringing the hands down beside you, palms faced up, and just resting and letting go in your Shavasana. Beginning to lengthen the inhales and the exhales. Taking some movements through the fingers and the toes. Allow that movement to get bigger through the wrists and the ankles. Before stretching the arms overhead, taking a full body stretch. Before bending the knees and rolling to the right side. Pausing for a moment just to find space for gratitude for your day, for your body, for your life. And then coming up to sit. Taking a big inhale together, reaching those arms overhead, and as you exhale, bring the palms together in front of the chest. Thank you so much for joining me today for this heart opening and shoulder yoga practice. I hope you really enjoyed it, and if you did, you know what to do. Hit the like button. If you want to see more videos like this, hit subscribe and write me a comment. Let me know what you want. Where in your body do you want to stretch out, and I can tailor a practice to you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.